I need push to start. That's the pause. Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project, the only podcast that promises not to be using ChatGPT for the information to fill in all the description. No, wait. Do I? No, we don't. We don't. We don't. We don't use ChatGPT. What do you guys think about ChatGPT? Are you guys like concerned about it? Do y'all know what it is? You're worried about it? Interested in it? A lot of what Nvidia's been using with their GPUs, they use a lot of AI, and I think I talked about it before, where it was possible that a lot of I guess laboratories or studios or search engines that were trying to make AI might be using Nvidia GPUs because they have a lot of AI stuff, and they use it in stuff to for making up frames, like DLSS, deep learning super sampling. It kind of makes up an extra frame where it thinks it's going to be, and using AI for that. Um, and also uses you use the green screen. It kind of knows what to use it for a green screen, or to I think for sounds, might like to suppress other sounds and how to tweak it and stuff. I mean, but for that stuff, it's pretty basic. That's pretty cool. But who knows what they're gonna do with it? Like I said, I kind of figured if there's another like spike in GPUs being bought, like another where they start getting hoarded up and everything, I thought it would be like the AI folks, but maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. I don't know. It's still possible. It's still possible. Guys, welcome. Sorry, I want to rant there. Guys, welcome to the little podcast project. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Whether you're on your way to work, at work, or you're just working out, thank you for listening, man. You guys are the best. Are awesome. Sorry for the schedule being kind of off this week. I was super busy. I've been. This weekend was. This weekend was a trip. Literally, it was a trip. I'm gonna close the door real quick. Yeah, cats in the background. Let me see. Yeah, I went to Texas Showdown. Went to go visit some friends. Went to go see my boy Johnny. Went to go see my boy Viet. It was awesome. Got to see some people from the fighting game community just walking around. That was fun. Got to watch some matches live. Saw some King of Fighters. Saw some UMVC 3. A little bit of Guilty Gear. Played some Guilty Gear. Actually picked me up. Picked me up one of these guys. A little snack box leverless controller. I mean, this thing is tiny. It's cute. I like it. I plan on learning it, how to use it. This one's pretty cool because the guy said you could change the SOCD. You could use the new one that Capcom will be implementing with the beginning of the Street Fighter 6 slash Capcom Pro Tour 10, where back and front equal neutral, or down and up equal neutral, or you can keep it the old school way as it's been on. That came with the hitbox, where down plus up equals up, or up plus down is whatever it is. So I plan on practicing with that later on tonight, or sometime this week. I plan on getting on Guilty Gear and hanging out with the boys. And I want to get my ass whooped, dude. I'm telling you guys, it is a different speed trying to learn from shifting. I was gonna say maybe it's similar to going from control to arcade stick, and then maybe I don't know. I mean, because I remember going from control to arcade stick, and it took me a while to shift, but eventually I got it. And that's what I prefer. Some games I would go control, but then in the end, I figured, well, actually, I take that back. King of Fighters, I haven't played it on stick in a while. I think I tried it when it first came out, then I settled on control, and then I just stopped playing the game just because the online was just not up to par. I think it's in a better spot now, I think. But yeah, shifting from arcade stick into leverless, you know, I'm not my typing skills aren't all that great. I think if I was better at typing, I think it would probably translate better into leverless. But we'll see. We're gonna try. We're gonna learn. I was talking to my buddies on Discord, and they said it's been months for them to transition and get to a good spot. So even if I get my ass whooped for the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, it's just hang in there. It's just part of the learning curve. So I'm gonna get it. I do have another one that I bought a couple of years ago. It's a Chun Li one. That's like a full size lever. I like that one too. But I wanted to get something super compact, super small. And these things, when you go on their website, I mean, you had to get on a waiting list. And it was funny. I was talking to Johnny about it at Texas Showdown because one of his friends was interested in getting one, and he brought it up. Hey, yeah, like yeah, freaking junk food arcades at the venue. It's like I thought their stuff was just like backwater to what you call it. He's like, dude, they bring some stuff. They bring some stuff, some stock for the event because they know some people are going to be wanting. And I looked around and they was talking about it and asked questions. What kind of firmware to update it? What kind of do you need an app and how does it connect and all that good stuff? And sure enough, there's an app, and you can link it to your phone via Bluetooth, and you can change the LED lights, the style of the lights, the SOCD inputs and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. I can't wait. I tried it a little bit. I tried it a little bit yesterday, Sunday. I played Dead Cells with it, and I played Vampire Survivor just so I could learn just the cardinal movements up, down, left, right. And it's definitely something you got to get used to, guys. I mean, do not get discouraged. I mean, just stick with it. I think it'll pay off. But and if you guys know already, I'm a collector of sticks anyway, so I like want to try something different. But yeah, went to the venue, hang out with the guys. It was fun. I had a good time. I wanted to, but I had to go. I eventually had to leave around 4 o'clock because I had to go meet with my coworker, and we went to this place. We got a whole bunch of stuff. I tried for the first time mushrooms, psilocybin, and man, guys, that was a trip. It was fun. It was good. I want to go back in there. Uh, it was my experience with it is I thought it was gonna be like super animated. You're gonna be seeing, dragons flying around and colors shifting and shooting stars, but it wasn't that. It was you saw things that like because I was conversing with my boy Johnny, and I would see his face shift, and not that it was like jarring or whatever, but it looked like he was just like a different race, like a different ethnicity. Like at one point he looked Hispanic, then he looked like one of my family members, and then he looked Asian. It was just funny, and the way the lighting works, the halos around the lights, and how they interacted with objects. It was interesting. It was fun. I plan on going on another trip, maybe next weekend or whenever. But it's something I say you guys should experience. I liked it. It's fun. Um, oh man, it's just you. We'll talk about it more as I get more experience. But yeah, guys, I tried psilocybin for the first time. I enjoyed it, and I'm just want to be open with all y'all. Like if you're listening and curious about it, you want to talk about it, I'm definitely down. What else, guys? Let's talk about uh, um, video games. Video games. That's what we're here for. What did I play? I played a lot this week, guys. I actually went back and started playing Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't plan on going all the way and doing a complete playthrough, but I did go back just to start it and get a feel for the game. I wanted to do something I haven't done in a while, and I did Ground Zeroes. I just did the first basic mission. I know there's other missions and things you could do on the first game, but I just did the main story just so I could get that out of the way. You go in there as Snake, rescue Chico and Paz. Turns out you come back to Mother Base. You've been betrayed. They blew up Mother Base. A bomb goes off, and then you wake up 9 years later as Venom Snake, and then the story starts. So I played the game before when it first came out, and I got really far, really far, really far, and then I got to the point where I thought I was getting near like the final mission. I was like, you know what? Let me take a break from the game, and I'll come back because I played it like just nonstop. So let me just take a little break from the game, and then I never came back. Okay, then I did come back, but it was a while, like a long time later, and all the mechanics in the game, I completely lost it, and it was like near the end of the game, if what I thought was near the end of the game, and the mission difficulty was just insane. It was like everything like all that I knew, forget about it. So last weekend, I tried playing it again, and like I said, I wasn't planning on going all the way through, but I'm gonna give it a shot and just play a couple of missions and just get a feel for it. Um, I finished playing the game, and then I went to YouTube just because, like, okay, because when I was playing the game, the beginning of the Phantom Pains, it's crazy. And I had chat with me, and they were just kind of like, and I told them, look, guys, I played this part already. Feel free to tell me what you think. What's the story? And then they start telling me, okay, that's not really who you think that is. This is who that is. This character that's showing up is this. This is that, and that, and that. Like, it just got me going down the rabbit hole in the story, right? And if you guys played any of Hideo Kojima's games, that y'all know that those stories have a lot of double speak, a lot of double take, a lot of double meanings and everything like that. So I ended up just going on a YouTube video. It was like an hour and a half long YouTube video on just explaining Metal Gear Solid 5 and who they thought it was. And I heard some people say it was this person. Now, who you're actually playing is this person. And I saw another video, the long one, that 90-minute video, thought it was someone else. So I watched it and they just explained and typed things in. And I was just like, and then I realized I wasn't near the end of the game. I wasn't near the end of the game at all. I still needed a long way to go. I was like, holy Toledo. So, I mean, the game is there. It's on the PlayStation. I have the PlayStation 4 copy. I mean, the PlayStation 5 is able to play it. So, I mean, if I ever have nothing to play, which is rare, I can always go back to Metal Gear and try playing it again. But I think at this point, I know what the story is. I've played enough of the mechanics. It's just unfortunate that apparently this game was going to have three parts. Part one being Ground Zero. Part two was going to be the Phantom Pain, and then it was going to be a third part. But since Kojima was fired from Konami, released from Konami, I gotta get that. I think it was fired from Konami, or released from Konami, I should say rather. There was never a part three released, so unfortunately, we'll never get the end of that story, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, let it go. But yeah, I did some Metal Gear Solid 5. I actually went and played some other fighting games too, guys. I played a little bit of Blaze Blue Central Fiction. That was cool. That, if you like fighting games, that game has some layers. That has mechanics. That's a fighters right there, guys. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I played just very little bit of it, but everybody that I talked to and that I played with, that game is the bee's knees, babies. I'm telling you. And then I played a little bit of, and actually I had some people come in. They were watching me stream Central Fiction and came in and started wanting to chit chat with me and play the game, which I thought was pretty cool because I thought, in my opinion, I thought Central Fiction, like I mean, like who follows and plays. But apparently there's some people out there that still want to play, at least via Twitch, because that's where I stream, right? And then I played some BB Tag, and that was fun too. That was just really fun to push buttons, and I had a good time. And so I downloaded those two games, and I goofed off with those. But that's pretty much what I played this week with Metal Gear Solid. Last week, I should say. This week, like I said, I'm going to be getting into Guilty Gear and just trying to learn on the lever list on the snack box. We have lots of things to talk about, guys. The main thing I want to talk about is Street Fighter 6 Showcase, but I'm gonna save that one for last. We're just gonna go rattle off all the little things, and then we'll save the big one for last. How's that sound, right? Um, Modern Warfare, uh, Modern Warfare 2. It looks like they're having another battle pass. So from what I gather, is there's a free battle pass, there's a premium battle pass, and now there is a Black Cell premium battle pass for $30. And it's $30 real money. You can't use your Call of Duty points to buy it. You have to purchase that. Like, guys, look, everything I say, this is all my opinion piece. Always take it with a grain of salt, right? At the end of the day, if you don't want to buy something, you don't buy it. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. But when you start seeing these practices where they start saying free battle pass, premium battle pass, and a battle pass, and then a premium battle pass, it's like, what do you guys like? How much more do y'all need to like try to separate the player from their freaking wallet? That's just, it's at a certain point. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, y'all are like, these business practices are freaking ridiculous. It's like, And of course, a lot of the freaking, I mean, that's the classic Activision Blizzard upsell, right? Like it's $30, you're gonna get all this awesome stuff. You're gonna get these awesome skins. You're gonna be able to skip all this stuff. You're gonna get access to this, and of course, the I want to say maybe the influencers or maybe the shills or whatever, but they're all saying, well, that's actually a really good bargain. Of course, you're saying that because they're first of all, they're probably paying you to say that anyway, and second of all, it's like you're probably getting a shit ton of money regardless, right? And now you just want to like tell people like to go and get it, get it, get it, get it. And like I'm not here to say you not to get it, but I'm just saying these kind of business practices are completely ridiculous. It's like wasn't EA up there and like one of the like the most crappiest businesses a couple of years ago, like back to back and stuff like that. It's just like you know at this point, like I kind of want the merger to happen and hopefully they'll clean this stuff up. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure Microsoft will be like, yeah, keep making money, keep making money. I don't know. It's just the way they're doing things over there, Activision Blizzard, and it's just not with. It's not just Modern Warfare. It's what they do with what they did with freaking Diablo Immortal. You guys saw that with the cell phone. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have ridiculous freaking battle pass and battle pass tiers and season pass tiers or collector's editions and extra digital collector's editions with Diablo. We know that already, and people are gonna buy it. Oh, you get to get the game 3 days early access. Oh, good for you. You get to test out the game for them. And you get to pay, and you're paying them to test out the game. Good job. What else? Activate. I don't like WoW. I used to play WoW. Okay, I used to play WoW. But Activision Blizzard. At this point, does this surprise you? This actually did surprise me. I was like, more money? And let me guess. Next year's game, you're gonna do the exact same thing: free, a medium battle pass, and then a expensive top tier battle pass that you can only purchase with actual live. But you don't have to buy it, Rick. Like, shut up, dude. When they keep throwing stuff out like that, they're gonna just pressure people into FOMO and just keep hitting you with bombarding you with ads. That's ridiculous. Activision Blizzard, guys, go figure. Nvidia, the RTX 4070. Apparently, they've already been being reduced. The price on them is being reduced by $50 on partner cards. Now, it debuted a couple of weeks ago at $599. I saw it. I saw the specs. I was like, man, you know, if it was $499, I would probably say the Founders Edition. Well, in my opinion, I'd probably say maybe the Founders Edition would probably be worth it at $499. Only because I think the Founders Edition, it looks really good. I think that's an awesome looking card the way it is. Of course, some people, they put their desktop on their desktop and they like to show off their PC as a piece of art. Me, I keep it down there on the side with the window out. I mean, it has a nice tempered glass. You can look inside of it, but at the end of the day, the GPU just sits there and no one sees it unless I walk by it. But the Founders Edition, actually, not only does it look good though, it's actually a very good. It helps keep the card super cool. I have a 3090 in the back, guys. You may see it behind the little waifu babes. That card, and of course I play 1080p on it, but max settings, max frames, and everything. And the thing is just awesome. I love it. I think the 3090. I bought it for an outrageous price. I bought it at the wrong time, but that thing is when it comes to the Founders Edition, the 3090, I have no issues, and I think it's great. Again, I think the 4070, if it debuted at $499, I think it'd be a good price. But at $699 and $599, I don't think you. I mean, it's difficult to justify that price unless you specifically have to have ray tracing and using DLSS. But even then, I when I look at the card, I gotta see how much actual raw power does it have. Not having to use AI to help generate some frames, and also it does give you a little bit of input lag, some lag. Oh, what the hell? My words escapes me, guys. Um, lag latency, input latency. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry, I'm on the spot. It does give you some input latency, but the thing is, if you're just playing single player games, you're probably fine. I wouldn't honestly, if you're playing competitive games, like in my opinion, if you're playing competitive games, you want to be serious, you would turn down. You turn it down as much as possible, so because you want more frames and everything, right? But yeah, they've been reducing the price already, and then I've been looking. I'm just looking around on YouTube, seeing different thumbnails from different media outlets on the GPU side. That now it looks like some Nvidia is giving out like $100 gift card, $100 Steam gift card for the purchase of 4070, and they said Nvidia is to limit production on the 4070 due to poor sales. So I think it's kind of working, guys. We said it before. I said it before. Where you want to hurt a company, you hit them where it hurts. Speak with your wallet, right? Don't buy it. And it looks like the 4070 isn't selling, and it looks like it's working because I believe Nvidia just, in my opinion, Nvidia just got used to charging ridiculous amount of money for their GPUs. They think that's still the norm, but in all honesty, it's not. Or maybe they thought during the pandemic, or not the pandemic, I'm sorry, rather, but during the GPU shortage, that was kind of during the pandemic, but during the GPU shortage, the prices being that high, I bet you they probably thought, wait, they're marking up, they're paying this much, they're paying scalpers this much. Well, we can mark it up. Why pay the scalpers, and they can pay us? Cheers, guys. Topo Chico. Oof, I like that. Nice little bite. But yeah, the 4070, like again, if it was priced a little bit lower, the Founders Edition, I would take. I never had any experiences with any of the partner cards. Well, I do have an EVGA 2070 Super, but it's my wife. I gave that one to my wife. Let's see. But yeah, it looks like the 4070 just ain't doing well. Keep it up, guys. And again, if you look at freaking Nvidia, I mean AMD, they're lowered the prices on their 6950 XT by another $50. It's like I think the 6950 XT is at priced around $600, which compared to the 4070, I have to look at the numbers. The only thing you would want the 4070 is if you wanted freaking ray tracing, but even then, ray tracing just, I feel like at the very high end of the 40 series, ray tracing will be no issue when the card just has so much raw power and VRAM that it could just handle it. I think once you get lower and lower, ray tracing just becomes less important because it just starts bottlenecking and using up more of your resources on the VRAM of the card. So, I mean, but other than that, though, like I said, I think the AMD is just giving you a better value, but it's gonna come down to what do you want to use it for. I got both NVIDIA and AMD, and just for price to performance, I think AMD is there. If you want some features, NVIDIA does have some of that stuff, especially like if you want to be like content creating. When it comes to OBS, the NVENC encoder, that's very useful. But AMD also has an encoder. It's just not as good. I mean, it really come down to what you want it to do for, guys. Want it to do. Sony PlayStation purchases Firewalker Studios. So I looked at Firewalker Studios and I didn't get any information. I think they worked on other multiplayer stuff. So I don't think they've done anything themselves, but they worked on other multiplayer games. So the only thing that makes me think, that it leads me to believe, is maybe Sony is going to start making some multiplayer games, perhaps maybe some third person shooters. I mean, didn't Last of Us have a multiplayer attached to it back in the day before they did the remaster and charged you $70 and cut that out, right, guys? No. Maybe so maybe Sony wants to focus on that, on some multiplayer stuff, which, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, because right now Sony has third person open world games, right? Ghost of Tsushima, Sucker Punch, Horizon Zero Dawn, Gorilla. Last of Us, Naughty Dog. God of War Ragnarok, Santa Monica. What else, guys? What else? These games are exactly. Corporate needs you to tell you the difference. They're exactly the same thing. But yeah, looks like PlayStation picks up Firewalk Studios. I'm curious what's going to happen with that, guys. We'll see. Um, handheld stuff, handheld devices, handheld gaming. We recently talked about the Steam Deck reaching the 1 year anniversary a couple of weeks ago. We talked about Nintendo Switch. I mean, I got a Nintendo Switch. You probably have a Nintendo Switch. I love my Nintendo Switch. It's great. It looks like Asus is going to throw their hat in the race, their hat in the ring when it comes to handheld stuff. They're going to have an Asus ROG Ally. This is going to be a handheld console. Rumored price to be around $649 to $699. So I think it's gonna be. I mean, that's the price range for the higher end Steam Deck, I believe. My wife has one. She uses it every once in a while. And I tried playing on it, but I tried playing on it, but it felt like, look, if I want to play games at 30 frames per second, I'll just play my Nintendo Switch. I don't I don't game on the go. Very rarely. Like maybe if my wife has a comic palooza or anime materia convention or something, maybe I'll take my Switch. But those are a couple times a year, and that's if I take the Switch. Then I'll play. But I don't. I use the Steam Deck like again at 30 frames per second. It's okay. Like I'm gonna play it. I mean I got CP I got computers laying around everywhere. Why would I not use the computer, right? So Asus ROG, to make it stand out, I would have to see what it is capable of. But again, it's kind of like been in development, and they just had like a rumored pricing. So who knows how long it is till it gets revealed or we get more information. But I'll keep it posted, guys, if I hear anything on it or see anything on it. Um, what else, guys? Nintendo Direct Indies. The only thing you gotta know, guys, is Blasphemous 2 is coming out. I saw it and I was like, yo, like, look, I like some indie games, Blasphemous, um, Dead Cells. What else are the ones that I play? But the thing is with indies, sometimes you play some, and I was like, dude, what is this? Like, I played Oxenfree, and they're making Oxenfree 2, by the way, which looks pretty cool. I think because it was actually kind of creepy. It was a creepy game, like nothing. I mean, just creepy, not like horror or gore or whatever. It's just like what they did, the supernatural stuff. It was. I did enjoy Oxenfree, but I'm not clamoring for it. I'm not. I'm like, oh, dude, you gotta play that one. Like it was an okay game. Night in the Woods, another indie one that came out way back when. It's like, I mean, there's some indie, but they're so niche sometimes, dude. So it's kind of hard to like be like, oh, I like indies. Like you like all of them. You like some indies. You like a certain type or whatever. But I mean, I did like Blasphemous when that came out. That wasn't any title. I had a good time. If you like Symphony of the Night, guys, or Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Blasphemous will be right up your alley. But instead of it's very heavy on the platforming, and it's tied in with the Spanish like religion that's gone dark. That setting. It's a very unique setting. I like it, and like I said, I played the first one. I have some of the DLCs. I know they added some like different features like super hard. they had like they had so many like hard mode like on that game. It was like you can't use your flask. I'm like, bro, get out of here. Boss rush mode. I mean, the kind of the standard stuff they add to like games like this. But I did enjoy it. I did have a good time with it. It was buggy at some spots where you kind of like die to something and then you have to go back and retrieve your body, and it's like still dead in the spikes. Like mostly like in FromSoft games, like if you like fall off a ledge, they'll put your souls like on top of the ledge where you fell off, or if you die in the lava, they'll put it like outside so you can like easily reach it. On this game, and that didn't happen all the time, but it would be some spots where you'd like die in the spikes and Your souls are still right there in the spikes. So good luck trying to get in the game. Like it was just minor things like that kind of set the game back. But the atmosphere, the style, the gameplay was actually really good. I enjoyed it, and that's honestly the only thing that came out of this Nintendo Indie Direct that interests me is Blasphemous 2. It looks like they're adding more. The aesthetics still feel the same, but now it looks like you can choose from 3 different weapon types. So we'll see. But it's like I said, it's like Castlevania, more like it's more closer to Symphony of the Night, but with a lot more platforming, guys. And they do have some brutal kill animations. It's pretty cool. And the pendant one, I like his. I like how he looks. It's pretty cool. Um, let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about the Street Fighter 6 showcase. I mean, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, last week. Again, guys, I'm sorry with the podcast schedule. It's like I said, super busy weekend. I was going to do it last Thursday, but with the showcase coming around, I was like, well, let me just wait. And then the weekend came around, and I got super busy. I figured I'd just wait till Monday so I could talk about it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. That freaking Topo Chico gets me. As I go back for more. So the Street Fighter 6 showcase, it was roughly 30 minutes, guys. You had Lil Wayne, Lil Weezy. Kind of he kind of like hosted the show, but he really did, like he had like maybe like 2 minutes worth of talking, which is fine. Look, at this point, either maybe he's a fan, which I could believe it. You know, Street Fighter 2 has been around for a long time. So I'm pretty sure he's familiar with the franchise. So maybe he's a fan, or maybe Capcom gave him a lot of money. I don't know. Either or, you know, he talked about the game and whatever, and it wasn't much. He was kind of in there like, oh, check this out, blah blah blah, and whatever. Okay. But it basically starts off with the world tour mode, the open world part, where I saw that and they had so many things to do. You can create your player, you can give them different moves, you can go around Metro City and you're beating up thugs and you're recruiting and you're learning things and you're gathering items and stuff like that, and you're using the special moves that you learned and you gained to, you know, access different to gain different locations in the world. um, and you're constantly just you're playing other characters so you can learn some of their moves, and then you're leveling up and making your moves stronger. Look, the open world part, that's gonna I think it's very important. I think that's very important for the casual player, for them to come in, even though like it's something to bring them in and they have something to play and they can learn the game even without getting their face punched in by an opponent online, right? Because we've been there, and you know how that feels. But it just gives something for the casual player to do, to learn the game, to how to execute the moves, how to execute the moves. Sorry, how they work, the properties of it, and then just go around and have a good time and just learn the game as they're just playing the game. And I think that's very important, because we got to, because like fighting games is really hard to get into, and I think that's a good way to bring people in. And of course, you know, as you go, there's gonna be different locations you can go and level up and explore, and then you could like actually get your avatar and fight other people's avatar. And honestly, that's cool. But to me, I really don't care. I mean, I'll probably dabble with it. I might try it out and look around and see what it's about. But honestly, I'm about the mechanics of the game. Like, how does the game play? How is it? I want to get in there. Who are the main characters? You know, I care more of the tournament side of the Street Fighter 6 and what it brings to the table. Um, but yeah, what it brings for the first player, I think for the single player content, I think it's really cool, real important. Um, what else do they have on there that I saw? They showed you like who you're gonna be, or who's your rivals, and different features. I did, and they said the PlayStation demo for PlayStation 4 and 5. That demo, it was out last week, and I did download it for the PS5. I did try it out. Um, I tried out Ryu. You can only play between Ryu and Luke, and I was playing the game, but I was still playing it like I was just playing Street Fighter Five. Just using moves. Just dragon punches and Hadoukens and just trying to do simple combos. But the thing is, to really learn that game, you have to know how to utilize and abuse the mechanics of the game. How to use the overdrive. How to use the parries. How to use, was it, drive impacts and all that stuff. And honestly, guys, it felt. I mean, I played it for maybe like an hour and a half. On Friday night, I didn't have the opportunity to stay up too late because I had to do stuff in the Saturday morning. But when I did play and I did have fun, I just played against Luke, the console. I put it like on first. I started at difficult 4, and then I cranked it up to like difficult 8. And of course, I got my face punched in, but still, it's okay. Just learning the game, learning how it works, how the EX meter functions, what resources it uses, using your supers and stuff like that, and it felt pretty good on the PlayStation. I was able to use my arcade stick, which is an Evo. It was a Razer Panthera. So it's kind of old, and I was able to use it on the PlayStation 5 and have no issues, and which I figured it wouldn't have any issues because I think that was one of the selling points for the PlayStation 5 is when it came out. They said the controllers from the PlayStation 4 era would be able to be used on the PlayStation 5. So I mean, I had no issues. It worked. I didn't download anything or upload anything. So learning the mechanics with Ryu, it was pretty fun. I liked it. Um, And I think I told you before. First of all, my first impression of the games was the how it looks, and I wasn't too sold on how they were, on how they visually looked. They look very lifelike now in this iteration of Street Fighter. But after getting my hands on the game and actually playing and putting the inputs in, like that completely just went away. I'm so focused on executing my moves and doing my combos and that the visuals of how the character models actually look just it just fades to the background, and you're just looking at the space between your two characters and how to execute your combos. And I mean, there was one thing that was weird, guys. I went to the settings and I put on the input latency mode on, and what I noticed was when I put that feature on, I would get just constant screen tearing on my monitor, and I don't know why that was happening. Look, I know this is still a beta, so maybe that would change by the time that comes out. Excuse me, but I'll play on a BenQ Zowie, 144 hertz monitor, and you can see that line just cutting across, and I was like, it doesn't. I don't know why it happened. So when I turned the feature off, it went away, and it was okay. I did talk to some of my buddies on Discord who played the demo, and some of them felt like there was some a little bit of like it felt like they were playing underwater a little bit, but then they also said that also could be because they're coming from a different game, and then just the speed of the game is different, which is very very possible. It's very, that's something that can happen. But me playing it, I didn't feel like I was underwater and feel like it was slow. But then again, I haven't played fighting games. I mean, besides Central Fiction and BB Tag, when it comes to Street Fighter, it felt like it was on par for like a Street Fighter title or Capcom title. And before what I saw with the demo, oh, and the demo for Xbox, I think, no, is it Xbox? Xbox for Xbox and Steam will be coming out this weekend, guys, on the 29th through the 30th. Yeah, 29th and 30th. It'll be coming out this week. So I'll be trying it again on the PC side. I don't know if they're gonna let you play online. I doubt it. It'll be okay. So I'm sure people will find some workarounds using Parsec and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, from what I saw, oh, and I did try a little bit of that little silly mode where you fight each other, but there's also a random bull running across the stage, and the first person to knock the opponent down 6 times wins. I mean, that was silly and it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, if me and the guys are hanging out one day and we just want to be silly and play something like that, I'm glad it's there. That's pretty cool. So I mean, for the single player content, for the casual, I think there's gonna be a lot of stuff in there for them to play. For the veterans, the people who are more into the tournament scene, um, I think there's gonna be. I mean, I think they're gonna do a good job with this game. From what I saw, it looks good. And the play's good, and I just want to see. I'm curious how this, all the characters are gonna be fleshed out when it comes out and when it gets released. Um, what else, guys? I want to talk about. But yeah, it was pretty much like a 30-minute long presentation on the game. I liked it. Oh, what they did good. I did want to bring up, guys. I did like is um, they did already announce who the 4 characters will be being released for season 1 character pass. It's gonna be Rashid, Ed, Aki, and Akuma. So they're gonna have 4 characters for the season 1 character pass, which I appreciate that they are just right at the gate telling you what the characters are, who they are, and what to expect. Mind you, we know that the initial roster and some extra characters were already leaked from the beginning several months ago. I don't know if that's the reason why they're doing it, but if they continue to just announce who's coming out for the character pass, I'm more on board. I like that idea a lot. This whole getting stringed along for who's gonna come out and stuff like that. I wasn't at first. I enjoyed it, but then after a while, it just annoyed me because I felt like I'm giving my money and I don't even know what I'm getting for. At least with this, you know what's in store. I mean, if you played Street Fighter Five, you know who Ed is. You definitely know who Rashid is and Akuma. The only new character will be Aki, and you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I mean, Street Fighter Five when season 2 came out. I mean, all they did was like bunch. Oh no, was it season 2 or season 3? One of those. We're just gonna make bunch of brand new characters. So it was just like, why am I buying this? I don't even know who these characters are. I'm not gonna know until they come out, and then maybe I like them. So at least with this, I mean, they're just being straight up honest and more transparent. And I think that's what the important thing is just being transparent and knowing what you're purchasing because this whole I wonder who it is. That's ridiculous. I'm done with that. And the game, I think the base game is gonna be like $59.99, and then of course if you want to get if you pre-order it, you get some bonus stuff, and then if you want to get the character pass bundled in, some whatever price. But I think I'm just gonna get the base game and then see what's up because I didn't play Rashid, I didn't play Ed. I might get Akuma though for sure, and Aki. We'll see how these new list of new characters are shaping up because I said this already, guys, but just looking at all these characters, I want to try them all. But Marissa definitely looks cool. Manon definitely looks cool too. I kind of want to try those characters out, so we'll see. I really don't care about Lily. I don't care. um, but yeah, guys, what was y'all's impressions of the Street Fighter 6 showcase and the demo? Did y'all try it out? Did y'all have any? Did you get a chance to play it? Did you enjoy it? Did you? What did you guys think of the modern controls? Did y'all try it out? I for some weird reason it had it on default for me when I played, and I would push a button. I was like, okay, and then like my other buttons weren't working. I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, you have the modern controls on. You it's not you only get 4 attack buttons. Like, oh great, is it 4, 3 attack buttons and a special button or something like that? But yeah, I ended up, of course, just playing the classic mode, which I mean, that's the way I play, and I plan on playing. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. Again, this weekend it was pretty fun. Like I said, I went to Six Showdown, see my buddies. Uh, I had a new experience. Tried psilocybin. I liked it. I plan on going back for more. It was interesting. It was interesting. I didn't think it was gonna be. I didn't know what I was gonna expect, but it was definitely calming and awesome. And the visuals were something unique, and I think everybody should try. I mean, if you're in a good spot, I think you should try. You know, if of course if you're like on medications or just have mental issues, maybe avoid that stuff. But if you're in a good spot, healthy and everything, I mean, it was an experience, and I plan on going back for some more. And I've heard different people talk about microdosing just to have some of the system, just because what it does. What I did notice that when I was trying it for the first time, the first couple of when it first coming in, it was just kind of like, how you're kind of high, or just like that little bit of I won't say drunk, but you just like when it's just the effects of a drug are coming in, you just kind of feel kind of like loose and relaxed. That's what it felt like at first, and so I kind of want to experiment with micro dosing and see how that feels, just to keep my mood on a light on a lighter, just keep my mood lighter. So I tend to be too get worked up and caught up on things, and focus on things, and just too tied up, and not take time to take a deep breath and relax. I think that might help. But I'll keep you posted with that, guys. Enough of that. But anyway, I just wanted to share my experience, guys, and what I did. And, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything on the podcast, on video games, on whatever, just feel free to hit me up, guys. Guys, again, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I know the schedule was a little bit screwy this week. It's just only because it's been kind of nutso with a lot of things going on. I'm going to be taking a whole bunch of notes for this week. Expecting another episode maybe by the weekend. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, guys, if you guys want to help out that podcast, you can tell your friends about it. Subscribe. Catch the videos on YouTube. If you want to monetarily help out, I'm not asking for anything, but if you do want to, I mean, I'm not trying to eat off this podcast or keep the lights running. I'm just trying to like it pay for itself. That's it. But I understand, guys. I mean, just the fact that you guys are here listening means the world to me. And I'm always streaming on Twitch, guys. Usually several times during the week in the evening. Twitch.tv OS_R1CK. Right now, I'll be playing a whole bunch of fighting games just to get familiar with things. But yeah, drop by and say hello and see what's up. And drop by, and of course, drop by and just see what's going on. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go because I'm just rambling now. I'm really good at that. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get some rest and have a great week. Love you. Bye.